Come on everyone, let's try Sanchan in Chanthaburi. Enjoy the Moon City Great Jury. Red Ruby is here. We have great culture. Welcome to wonder.
Welcome to the paradise, Chanthaburi. People are so nice. Great nature for a slow life. Look like love expo inside. Come to see Chanthaburi jewelry, yellow sapphire and Siam ruby. We'll all provide the best quality. Happy in here, the city of gems. That's why you should come to Chanthaburi. Chanthaburi, 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 Chanthaburi,
Come on everyone, let us have fun in Chanthaburi. Enjoy the Moon City, beautiful sea and waterfall. Come on everyone, let us have fun in Chanthaburi. Enjoy the Moon City Great Jury. Red Ruby is here. We have great culture. Welcome to wonder.
Welcome to the paradise, Chanthaburi. People are so nice. Great nature for a slow life. Look like love expo inside. Come to see Chanthaburi jewelry, yellow sapphire and Siam ruby. We'll all provide the best quality. Happy in here, the city of gems. That's why you should come to Chanthaburi. Chanthaburi, 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 Chanthaburi.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Rambhai Barni Rajapat University, we would like to welcome you to the 12th International Conference on Integration for Science and Technology for Sustainable Development 2024. My name is Ms. Urnporn Rungsili, and I'm honored to be your host for today.
And I'm Ms. Lorisudha Bunkrong. It's a pleasure to have you all this morning. We are thrilled to welcome distinguished guests, keynote speakers, researchers, and participants from all over the world. This conference promises to be a day of meaningful discussions from knowledge sharing and collaboration.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to invite our distinguished guests and speakers who have joined us today on the stage for this special moment. First, let me invite Assistant Professor Dr. Thirsak Puramongkol, Dr. Hong Pham, Professor Dr. Teodoro Mendoza, Mr. Suwandon Suliya, Professor Dr. Rashida Krishnan, Professor Dr. Sano Muktama, Associate Professor Dr. Bunyen Jinajin, Professor Dr. Tapio Josalat, Professor Dr. Peter Pongpel, Assistant Professor Waikun Thong Aram, General Wutinan Lilayut on the stage, please.
Next, please let us invite Professor Dr. Kasem Soitong, Professor Dr. Hiroyuki Konuma, Professor Dr. Sheikh Tanvir Hassan, Professor Dr. Yi Wei Yuan, Dr. Maxim Mitokim, Mr. Ted Win Tae, Professor Dr. Jin Chol Kim, Dr. Govindaraj Kumar, Professor Dr. Sagar, Assistant Professor Dr. Lalita, and Professor Dr. Nagia Ali. Please welcome. To officially welcome you to this event, we are honored to present the welcoming video. Enjoy watching.
Chanthaburi, a land of fruits, gems, and coastal resources, has been a thriving city for over 1,000 years. It was once a vital port and continues to be renowned for its abundant natural resources. Nestled within 300 acres of lush greenery in the heart of Chanthaburi, our conference venue is a part of the Foraswan Bangkeo Palace. Once the cherished home of Queen Rambhai Barni, the Queen of King Rama VII. A century of Thailand's first queen in a democratic regime. In the aftermath of significant political unrest, Queen Rambhai Barni sought solace in Chanthaburi, making it her chosen residence beginning in 1950. She transformed this once neglected land into a serene haven. Through her dedication, she pioneered various agricultural practices, including fruit cultivation, livestock breeding, ornamental gardening, and irrigation. Notably, she developed the local mat weaving industry, introducing chemical dyeing techniques to elevate the quality of mats and establishing the renowned Sur Somdej, synonymous with Chanthaburi, when circumstances necessitated her return to Bangkok. She graciously donated this beloved property to establish a higher education institution. With foresight, she envisioned a place where everyone could access quality education and lifelong learning opportunities. To commemorate the 120th birth anniversary of Queen Rambhai Barni, RBRU is honored to host the 12th International Conference on Integration of Science and Technology for Sustainable Development 2024. This event serves as a tribute to her enduring legacy and her unwavering commitment to education and community development. And now, please welcome General Watinan Liwayut, President of RBRU Council, for welcoming address.
Good morning. President of the Southeast Asia Agricultural Technology Association, President of Rambhai Barni Rajabhat University, distinguished guests, all conference participants, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the President of the Council of Rambhai Barni Rajabhat University, I am both honored and delighted to welcome you to the 12th International Conference on the theme of Integration of Science and Technology for Sustainable Development 2024. This event is held in commemoration of Her Majesty Queen Rambhai Barni, the great of the 7th Reign, 120th birthday in Chanthaburi province today. Rambhai Barni Rajabhat University is committed to promoting education, research, and sustainable development at local, national, and international levels. Chanthaburi is a province blessed with abundant natural resources. particularly in agriculture, especially the cultivation of tropical fruits. Chanthaburi is renowned worldwide as a major producer of high-quality durian. The province is also rich in marine resources, biodiversity, and local culture, all of which form a vital foundation for sustainable development in alignment with the global development goals of the present era. This conference represents an important opportunity to foster international cooperation across disciplines, with a focus on integrating knowledge in science, technology, and development to address the current challenges for economics, society, and the environment. I encourage all participants to make the most of this occasion to exchange ideas, explore research outcomes, and collaboratively develop strategy that will contribute to sustainability in all its dimensions. In addition to the conference, I hope you will find inspiration in the beauty of Chanthaburi, with its picturesque nature, diverse cuisine, rich culture, and the warm hospitality of the local people who are eager to welcome you. At this time, I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to all of you for honoring us with your presence. I sincerely hope that this conference will be a success and serve as an important platform for fostering close, strong academic collaboration and contributing to sustainable development in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, General Wutinan Lilayut, for your warm words and support.
Next, we are pleased to invite Assistant Professor Waikun Thongaram, President of Rambhai Barni Rajapat University, to deliver the inaugural address. Please give him a big round of applause.
กราบเรียนท่านนายกสภามหาวิทยาลัยนายกสมาคมเทคโนโลยีการเกษตรแห่งเอเชียตะวันออกเฉียงใต้แขกผู้มีเกียรติและผู้เข้าร่วมการประชุมทุกท่านในนามของมหาวิทยาลัยราชภัฏลำไพพรรณีข้าพเจ้ามีความยินดีอย่างยิ่งที่ได้ต้อนรับทุกท่านเข้าสู่การประชุมวิชาการนานาชาติครั้งที่ 12 ว่าด้วยการบูรณาการวิทยาศาสตร์และเทคโนโลยีเพื่อการพัฒนาที่ยั่งยืนปีพุทธศักราช 2024 ซึ่งเป็นอีกหนึ่งโอกาสสำคัญที่มหาวิทยาลัยได้มีโอกาสเป็นเจ้าภาพจัดงานระดับนานาชาติที่มีความสำคัญเช่นนี้การประชุมในครั้งนี้สะท้อนถึงบทบาทของมหาวิทยาลัยในฐานะศูนย์กลางการศึกษาและการวิจัยที่เน้นการพัฒนาองค์ความรู้และนวัตกรรมใหม่ๆที่สามารถตอบโจทย์ความท้าทายทางสังคมและสิ่งแวดล้อมในปัจจุบันมหาวิทยาลัยราชภัฏลำไพพรรณีมีความมุ่งมั่นในการเป็นผู้นำด้านการศึกษาที่ไม่เพียงแต่ให้ความสำคัญกับการเรียนการสอนในห้องเรียนแต่ยังส่งเสริมการวิจัยและการพัฒนาที่ยั่งยืนซึ่งสอดคล้องกับเป้าหมายการพัฒนาที่ยั่งยืนของสหประชาชาติ SDG นอกจากนี้ข้าพเจ้าหวังว่าผู้เข้าร่วมการประชุมจะได้ใช้โอกาสนี้ในการสร้างเครือข่ายและความร่วมมือทางวิชาการในระยะยาวซึ่งไม่เพียงแต่จ จะนำไปสู่การพัฒนาองค์ความรู้ใหม่ๆแต่ยังจะช่วยส่งเสริมแลกเปลี่ยนทรัพยากรความรู้และประสบการณ์ที่เป็นประโยชน์ต่อการแก้ปัญหาที่โลกกำลังเผชิญอยู่ในปัจจุบันสุดท้ายนี้ข้าพเจ้าขอขอบพระคุณทุกท่านที่ให้เกียรติเข้าร่วมการประชุมวิชาการในครั้งนี้และขอบคุณคณะผู้จัดงานที่ได้ทำงานอย่างหนักเพื่อให้การประชุมครั้งนี้สำเร็จลุล่วงด้วยดีหวังเป็นอย่างยิ่งว่าทุกท่านที่เข้าร่วมจะได้รับประสบการณ์ที่มีคุณค่าและความร่วมมือที่เกิดขึ้นในวันนี้จะเป็นรากฐานที่สำคัญในการสร้างสรรค์สังคมที่ยั่งยืนในอนาคตขอขอบพระคุณทุกท่านครับ
Thank you, Assistant Professor Waikun Thongaram, the President of Rambhai Barni Rajapat University, for your insightful and inspiring message.
Now it is honor to invite Professor Dr. Hiroyuki Konuma, President of General Incorporated Association for the Promotion of Self-Reliance in Asia, GEPSA, from Japan to deliver the opening remarks. Please join us in welcoming Professor Dr. Hiroyuki.
General Utinun Lirayus, President of Council of RBRU, Assistant Professor Wigun Tongaram, President of Rambhai Barni Rajapat University, distinguished guests, participants, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the International Organizing Committee of this conference, I have the best honor to welcome you all to the 12th International Conference on the Integration of Science and Technology for Sustainable Development. I would like to extend my deep appreciation to more than 200 senior and young scientists from 17 countries gathered today here, who registered and participated either on the online or on-site modes. I will look forward for valuable contributions and fruitful deliberations during this conference. In this occasion, I wish to express my sincere gratitude and heartfelt appreciation to Dr. Kasem Soitong for his tireless leadership and his able staff for various preparatory arrangements. My special thanks to go to the President of Rambhai Barni Rajapat University and his dedicated colleagues and staff who have kindly hosted this important conference and provided various support for the organization. I also seen a lot of students participating and helping this conference, and thank you very much. I wish to acknowledge with the utmost gratitude to the members of the organizing committee for their contributions, to all co-organizers, co-sponsors for their valuable support, and to all participants for their interest, commitment, active participation, and to all those who provided various support for the successful organization and implementation of this conference. Ladies and gentlemen, the implementation of Sustainable Development Goals towards achievement by the year 2030 has faced serious challenges in recent past. Now we have only 6 years left to attain the goal, and yet the situation is worsening in some of key important areas. Indeed, while we all struggled to fight with the negative impact and consequences of climate change, such as floods, droughts, cyclones, we also met with new challenges, such as transboundary disease pandemics like COVID, conflicts, wars, and economic shutdowns. Achieving SDG goals number 2, that is to end hunger, food insecurity, and all forms of malnutrition by 2030 is not an exception. On the other hand, FAO project, United Nations FAO projects that global food production need to be increased by 50% by the year 2050 from the level in 2012 to meet increasing population and food demands at that time. FAO also estimated that nearly 90% of the total food production increase is expected to come from existing arable lands by yield increase, productivity increase through harnessing agricultural research and improved farm management. As we have very little potential globally to expand arable land for additional food production. Therefore, it is obviously clear that science and technology should play leading role in feeding the future world and ensuring world peace and stability. The World Food Forum, which was held in Rome, October 2012, placed science and innovation as one of the critical importance of transforming our global agri-food system. It recognized that science and innovation provide the foundations for evidence-based decision-making to meet current global challenges such as hunger and food insecurity issues in both short and long term. The forum also witnessed a revolution in science and technology that has moving at an incredible speed in recent past, which includes, among others, genetic improvements of crops and livestock, innovation in breeding methods and gene editing technology, improving nutritive value of diets in agri-science, innovative use of remote sensing and satellite information, as well as application of computer technology, drone, mobile phone, robot, auto-drive technology in agriculture. Ladies and gentlemen, at the same time, we need to prevent the risk of widening of technology divide. We should share the research result and promote learning from others. We must raise public awareness on the potential benefits of science and technology. At the same time, we should also advocate their risks and unintended negative consequences. We need to promote dialogue and transformative partnerships actively with all relevant stakeholders, including private sector and civil society. In this opportunity, I wish to congratulate our researchers, scientists, including young researchers, as well as those from private sectors who are present here today, who are committed to promote partnership. I can recognize the participation of many private sector representatives. I wish to their fruitful and active participation in this conference. This international conference, organized every year, brings all actors together, thereby continuously reaffirming the importance of collaboration, joint efforts, and strong partnership. Therefore, we value and we have to promote the value of this important conference by all of us. Before closing, once again, I wish to thank Dr. Kasem Soitong for his dynamic leadership and tireless effort ensuring the integration of research, science, and technology towards multi-sectoral and multi-dimensional partnership for concerted and united actions. With these few words, I wish the successful outcome of the 12th International Conference on Science and Technology for Sustainable Development. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Hiroyuki Konuma, for your inspiring words and setting the tone for this very important gathering. Ladies and gentlemen, please let us welcome Professor Dr. Kasem Soitong, the President of ICIST Thailand.
Let us now move on to the next session in our program. We have now arrived at one of the highlights of today's event, the Memorandum of Understanding MOU signing ceremony. This moment represents a significant milestone in fostering international collaboration and academic cooperation.
We are proud to announce this following Memorandum of Understanding being signed today. The MOU between Desha Wellness, Switzerland, and the Association of Agricultural Technology in the Southeast Asia (ASEA). We kindly invite the representatives to join us. Please welcome Professor Dr. Peter Hongpao and Professor Dr. Kasem Soitong. Ladies and gentlemen, now we are going to have a photo session. And the next MOU. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next MOU will be International MOU for Academic Cooperation between Applied Biotechnology Institute, ABI, Vietnam, and Association of Agricultural Technology in Southeast Asia, ASEA. I would like to invite Dr. Huang Pham and Professor Dr. Kasem Soitong.
Next, MOU between Department of Botany, Peria University, India, and Association of Agricultural Technology in Southeast Asia. May we invite Assistant Professor Dr. Lalita and Professor Dr. Kasem Soitong. Please join us at the front of the stage for this special photo opportunity. Next, we are delighted to present a special recognition, Certificate of Organic Certification by ASSE. Please welcome Ms. Parita Lacha Lakshmi representing Ishta Farm from India. We kindly invite Professor Dr. Kasem Soitong, President of ASSE, to present the certificate. May we invite
Yes, now?
Professor?
Okay.
Yes.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. General Wutkinan Lilayut, Chairman of University Council, RBRU, Assistant Professor Waikun Thongalam, President of RBRU, Professor Hirayuki Kunuma, all organizers, International Advisory Committee, international and local organizing committees, chairs of organizing committee, keynote and invited speakers, SC awardees, all presenters and participants, SC committees, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. In the occasion of the 120th birth anniversary of Her Majesty Queen Rambhai Barni of the 17th at the 12th International Conference on Integration of Science and Technology for Sustainable Development 2024. With the theme Soil, Water, Environmental Conservation, Biological Diversity, Food Security, Safety, and Sustainable Development is being held in Rajabhat Rambhai Barni University, Thailand. The International Conference on Integration of Science and Technology for Sustainable Development, we call ICIST, let's say ICIST. Yeah. The ICIST have been moving to organize this conference years by every year, move country by country, from Thailand to Laos, Vietnam, Myanmar, Philippines, Indonesia, China, Thailand, India, and this year in Thailand. I appreciate very much for the constant support of the organizers. Rajabhat Rambhai Barni University, Research Institute of Modern Organic Agriculture, King Mongkut Institute of Technology, Thailand. Satyabama Institute of Science and Technology, Chennai, India. Rajamangala University of Technology, Tavan Ok, Thailand. Bengaluru University, Indonesia. Society of Applied Biotechnology, India. Chiu Kanjo Company, Myanmar. CGC Organic Coffee in Laos. The General Incorporated Association for the Promotion of Self-Reliance in Asia, or GEPSA, Japan. National Research Center in Egypt. Pariya University, Salem, India. Padmavani Art and Science College for Women, Autonomous, Salem, India. And Center for Closed Agriculture Production System, CCAP, Indonesia. Thanks to all. Today, 30 November 2024, is a full day conference with the 8 plenary papers and a total of 149 papers for presentation in 10 parallel sessions from 17 countries. The 12 ICIST has pre- and post-conference program which include visit organic farms. Association of Agricultural Technology in South Asia, or AATSEA, is non-profitable organization officially established in the year of 2012. SE has members from senior and young scientists from many countries, about 18 countries. SC activity includes International Journal of Agricultural Technology, or ICIST, with index in SJR Scopus. We have training program for sustainable development in agriculture, especially organic agriculture. We also offer the Outstanding Leadership Award in Agriculture, scholarship for master's and doctoral degree. And in this year, we have the new curriculum, Modern Organic Agriculture, for master and doctoral degree at KMTL. We also have the SC Research Laboratory. We have the Organic Farm Model and Training Center. And another one is SC is also doing the organic certification together with the EarthSafe. EarthSafe is belonging to the Central Top Supermarket in Thailand. So we do organic certified like EarthSafe powered by SC in Thailand all over the country, and the farmer can be have the chance to sell the organic product in supermarket. SC also the side agreement with the many research institute and university to enhance or to exchange the visiting professor, scientist training program and others activities. Like we have been signed agreement with Japan, Russia, China, Egypt, USA, India, Indonesia, Vietnam, and others. EarthSafe Foundation belongs to Central Top Supermarket, as I said, in collaboration with organic certification from production to the markets or from farm to tables. I am acknowledged with the sincerest thanks to all committees, members, co-organizers, and all participants in making our conference successful. I am extending special congratulations to all SC awardees as individuals. They contribute their experiences with sacrifice to work for the society. Also, SC committees, member advisory committee, international and local organizing committee deserve my fullest thanks in making this conference a complete success. I should mention ahead, if there are any inconvenience and error management during the conference, I apologize and bear all responsibilities to all mistakes and inconvenience. I will be very much appreciated to accept all comment, suggestion, recommendation after the conference and for the next conference. I hope to meet you again in future activities and next conference, maybe in China. Thank you very much for coming with sincere heart and attention to make our conference a complete success, and hope you will continue to support SC family. I feeling that our family, I mean SC family, is going to be bigger and bigger, and thanks to coming and support to SC. I love you all. I love you. So thank you very much. So now I hope you will have precious memories with a theme song, Emerging. Please stand up, everybody, to sing a song together. We will be happy together. Please. With our song, Emerging. No sound? Sound. Wait, the sound. Should be. เปิดดังๆเลย เปิดดังๆเลย เอาใหม่เริ่มใหม่เปิดดังๆโอเค
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us.
Everybody is together.
The soaring sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It's hard to do. What you feel or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living
Thank you, everybody. We are happy together as a family.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Kasem Soitong, for such a very beautiful and inspiring performance. It was truly uplifting, and now it's time to honor the outstanding contributions and achievement. In the field of agricultural technology and sustainability, we will begin with the presentation of the ASI Awards.
We are delighted to present 8 SC Awards to recognize exceptional individuals and their contributions. May we invite the award recipients to join us on the stage as their names are called.
The first award is Lifetime Achievement Award in Scientific Development. May I invite Professor Dr. Hiroyuki Konuma, Japan. Professor Dr. Peter Popel, Germany. And Professor Dr. Theodore C. Mendoza, the Philippines.
Next, Education and Research Award. May I invite Professor Dr. Dawai Wayuki from Indonesia. Professor Dr. Rashda Krishnan from India. Professor Dr. Rashda Krishnan and Professor Dr. Yuli Widoyastuti. Yes, please welcome on the stage.
And the next award is Community Development Award. May I invite Dr. Sheikh Tanvir Hussain, Bangladesh. Next award is Business and Entrepreneurship Award. May I invite Associate Professor Dr. Bunyin Chinashin from Thailand.
Congratulations to all the award recipients for your remarkable achievement and dedication to advancing agricultural technology.
And next, we would like to honor our co-organizers for their invaluable support and partnership in making this event a success.
We invite 13 co-organizers to come forward as their names are announced. And once again, we kindly request Professor Dr. Kasem Soitong to present the plaques. May I invite the co-organizers as follows. Rambhai Barni, Rajapat University. The president of Rambhai Barni, Rajapat University. Next, from King Mongkut's Institute of Technology, Lat Krabang. from Bengkulu University from Indonesia. Next, for Stiobama Institute of Science Technology from India. Next, General Incorporated Association for the Promotion of Self-Reliability Asia Gyapsa from Japan. Mr. Professor Dr. Hiroyuki Konuma. Next, National Research Center, Cairo from Egypt.
Next, Rajamangala University of Technology, Tawan Ok, Chanthaburi Campus, Thailand. Next, Peria University, Salem, India. Padmari Arts and Science College for Women, India. Next, Chiu Kan Jaw from Myanmar. He will donate $1,000 to the HC. Next, Society for Applied Biotechnology, India. Next, CGC Organic Coffee, Lao People Democracy Republic. And last but not least, Center for Closed Agriculture Production System, CCAPS, Indonesia. Thank you to all of our co-organizers for your contributions and collaboration. Your efforts are integral to the success of this event.
And now to commemorate this special occasion, we invite General Wuttinan Leelayut, President of the Council of Rambhai Barni Rajpat University, to join us for a group photo session with our expert and honored guests. May we kindly ask all award recipients, co-organizers, and special guests to come forward to the stage for the photo session. please stay as you are.
And may I invite the board director of Rambhai Barni Ratchapat University to join the photo section. And our honorable guests for the first 2 rows, please come to join us. First 3 rows.
Next, we will have the photo section.
For the next 2 rows, honorable guests, please come to join us.
Smile. Thank you everyone for participating in this memorable moment.
Let's give a big round of applause to all our awardees, co-organizers, and esteemed guests for their exceptional contributions.
Before we move forward with the next session, we would like to invite you to enjoy a refreshing coffee break.
The coffee break is located just outside, in front of the conference room. You will find a selection of coffee, tea, fruits, and chicken curry puff to enjoy.
We'll have a 15-minute break, and we kindly ask everyone to return to the conference room in time, as we'll begin the next session promptly.
Thank you, and please enjoy the break.
Rambhai Barni Rajabhat University, a university that is a gem of the Eastern region, shining bright its light of academic excellence, and is surrounded by beautiful nature and tranquility. And it is also a place that is full of historical value. The location of Rambhai Barni Rajabhat University cover an area of 276 acres and is situated on a former residence of Her Majesty Queen Rambhai Barni, the Queen of King Rama VII. The land was given to create an academic institution in order to produce quality teachers, and was first opened in 1972 under the name of Chanthaburi Teacher College.
There was a great sense of relief when I learned that this college will be under the directive of the Ministry of Education.
We'll have a 10-minute break, and we kindly ask everyone to return to the conference room by 9:45 a.m. We will begin the next session promptly. Thank you.
Students from the nearby provinces to come and study here.
From there on, Rambhai Barni Rajabhat University has continually developed itself and gained reputation from strength to stand out equally with other leading universities in Thailand. Under the guideline of our philosophy, the University for Local Community Development, Rambhai Barni Rajabhat University is a university that emphasizes the creation of the graduate and the integration of local and international wisdom to help develop strong and sustainable society. Currently, Rambhai Barni Rajabhat University consists of 10 faculties that offer a wide variety of full-time and weekend courses for our bachelor degree, master's degree and doctoral degree levels that well cater for demands from both local and international communities. Our 10 faculties are Faculty of Education, Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, Faculty of Management Sciences, Faculty of Science and Technology, Faculty of Agricultural Technology, Faculty of Industrial Technology, Faculty of Law, Faculty of Communication Arts, Faculty of Computer Sciences and Information Technology, and Faculty of Nursing. We also have internal departments for supporting the operations of the university. Office of President, Office of Academic Resource and Information, Office of Arts, Culture and Community Development, Office of Academic Service, Institute of Research and Development, and International Institute. Our university has played significant roles in developing all academic program and working under the Office of the Higher Education Commission standard. The university has been proud of graduates who are accepted at a nationwide level. Rambhai Barni Rajabhat University has still focused on our educational ideology. We have attempted to step forward to the future under the university uniqueness. University in a palace, knowledge resource, approaching to sustainable development.
ลำธารสายสั้น ที่มีต้นกำเนิดมาจากเทือกเขาจันทบุรีไหลลงสู่แม่น้ำลำคลองในพื้นที่ต่างๆเกิดเป็นพื้นที่แม่น้ำโดยมีที่น้ำท่วมขังที่ชุ่มน้ำเหล่านี้มีพืชชนิดหนึ่งมีลักษณะลำต้นอวบอ้วนขึ้นอยู่เต็มตลอดปีคือต้นกกกลมเมื่อว่างจากหน้านาชาวบ้านท่าฉลับตำบลบางกระจากได้ช่วยกันเก็บเกี่ยวต้นกกที่โตเต็มวัยเพื่อนำมาจักกกแล้วนำมาตากให้แห้งย้อมสีตามธรรมชาติหรือตามที่นักท่องเที่ยวต้องการแล้วนำมาทอเป็นลวดลายเสื่อต่างๆเป็นเสื่อกกที่มีความคงทนเนื่องมาจากต้นกกเจริญเติบโตในน้ำกร่อยเสื่อจันทบูรณ์แบบพื้นบ้านดั้งเดิมมีสีดำแดงไว้ทอปูลาดโดยเฉพาะจึงเปรียบเสมือนเป็นแบรนด์ของท้องถิ่นที่บ่งบอกถึงคุณภาพและแหล่งที่มาของสินค้าราวพุทธศักราช 2493 ได้เกิดการเปลี่ยนแปลงครั้งสำคัญต่องานหัตถกรรมของชาวเมืองจันทร์เมื่อสมเด็จพระนางเจ้ารำไพพรรณีพระบรมราชินีในรัชกาลที่ 7 เสด็จพระราชดำเนินมาประทับณสวนบ้านแก้วณปัจจุบันคือมหาวิทยาลัยราชภัฏรำไพพรรณีทรงพระราชดำริให้ส่งเสริมหัตถกรรมทอเสื่อจันทบูรณ์อย่างจริงจังโปรดให้สร้างโรงงานทอเสื่อปรับปรุงคุณภาพให้คิดค้นวิธีการย้อมสีกกให้ติดคงทนสีไม่ตกและได้สีแปลกๆเพิ่มขึ้นทั้งนี้โปรดเกล้าโปรดกระหม่อมให้อนุรักษ์ภูมิปัญญาชาวบ้านในขั้นตอนการทำที่ดีอยู่แล้วให้ช่างชาวบ้านเข้ามาถ่ายทอดความรู้แก่ช่างทอรุ่นใหม่ๆในสวนบ้านแก้วโรงงานทอเสื่อตามพระราชดำริจึงมีแผนกต่างๆสอดคล้องกับวิธีการทอเสื่อโบราณได้แก่แผนกฟอกกกย้อมกกแผนกทอและแผนกตัดเย็บที่สำคัญยิ่งคือได้ทรงออกแบบพระราชทานดัดแปลงเสื่อจันทบูรณ์เป็นผลิตภัณฑ์แปลกใหม่ใช้ประโยชน์ในชีวิตประจำวันที่หลากหลายการทอเสื่อจันทบูรณ์มีลำดับขั้นตอนคือใช้เอ็นเส้นยืนที่ได้มาจากปอกระเจ้าที่มีคุณสมบัติพิเศษมีความเหนียวคงทนย้อมสีให้กลมกลืนเพื่อให้กลมกลืนกับสีกกได้เป็นอย่างดีเมื่อร้อยเอ็นเส้นฟืมครบตามขนาดความกว้างตามที่ต้องการเสร็จเรียบร้อยแล้วช่างทอนำเส้นกกที่ฟอกย้อมสีตากให้แห้งพร้อมสำหรับใส่ทอร้อยกับไม้พุ่งกกสอดขัดกับเส้นยืนเกิดเป็นลวดลายสีสันสวยงามตามแบบที่ออกไว้เมื่อทอครบผืนแล้วจึงตกแต่งงานริมให้เรียบร้อยสำเร็จเป็นเสื่อจันทบูรณ์ขั้นต้นหากนำไปแปรรูปผลิตภัณฑ์ต่างๆก็ส่งให้แผนกตัดเย็บตามออกแบบที่ออกแบบพระราชทานไว้เช่นทำเป็นกระเป๋าถือสุภาพสตรีถือออกงานได้หลายโอกาสทำเป็นที่รองจานแก้วน้ำครบชุดสำหรับโต๊ะอาหารเป็นต้นผลิตภัณฑ์จากสวนบ้านแก้วโปรดเกล้าโปรดกระหม่อมให้ใช้ตรารูปคนหาบกระจาดและอักษรย่อสบก.เรียกว่าอุตสาหกรรมชาวบ้านแต่ชาวเมืองจันทร์เรียกชื่อด้วยความภาคภูมิใจว่าผลิตภัณฑ์เสื่อสมเด็จผลิตภัณฑ์เสื่อจันทบูรณ์หรือเสื่อสมเด็จซึ่งเป็นพระมหากรุณาธิคุณของสมเด็จพระนางเจ้ารำไพพรรณีพระบรมราชินีในรัชกาลที่ 7ที่ทรงพระกรุณาโปรดเกล้าโปรดกระหม่อมพระราชทานไว้แก่ชาวเมืองจันทร์นี้ได้ตกเป็นมรดกตกทอดต่อเป็นอาชีพที่ยั่งยืนของประสบนิกรชาวเมืองจันทร์
Now we are going to start our next session. Please return to the venue. Thank you.
ทั้งในประเทศและต่างประเทศ
We are about to start the next session. Please return to the auditorium. We are about to start. Please enjoy your coffee break inside here in the auditorium. May we invite you back to the seat, please. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoy the coffee break and are ready for the next part of our program.
The next session will be commemorative speech and keynote speaker section.
Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed the coffee break and ready for the next part of our program. To begin, we will now have a commemorative speech that highlights the legacy of Her late Majesty Queen Rambhai Barni of the 7th reign and her orchard and farm in Chanthaburi province.
We are honored to present a commemorative clip featuring Associate Professor Kritisan Chumpon, Committee members and Secretary General of the Prachatipak Rambhai Barni Foundation. Please turn your attention to the screen and then we're gonna watch this very special presentation together. Please enjoy. Yes.
สวัสดีครับ Good morning. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers of this conference for inviting me to speak to it today. I have to apologize for not being able to be with you in person. As a social scientist, I could hardly consider myself as a keynoter to this conference of learned scientists. I would rather call my speech one in memory of Her Majesty Queen Rambhai Barni of the 7th reign on the 120th anniversary year of her birth. I will share with you an account of the way she developed the orchard and farm on this very site you are on in Chanthaburi in the latter part of her life between 1950 and 1968, and thereby related to the theme of this conference. I begin by very briefly recounting her biography prior to her coming to Chanthaburi. Her late Majesty was born on the 20th of December 1904 as a minor princess. However, she was brought up from the age of 2.5 by her aunt, who was a queen consort. At the age of 14, she became wedded to His Royal Highness Prince Prachatipok, the younger son of her queen aunt. She went and stayed with him in France for 3 years while he underwent further military training. Only a year after their return home, the prince unexpectedly had to become king. At his coronation in 1926, he investitured her, his only wife, as his queen consort. It marked the first of many fluctuations in her life to come. She was always at his side, both in the country and on visits abroad, to lands and countries near and far in as many as 4 of the world's continents. She made an impression as a lady from Siam, the only uncolonized country in Southeast Asia, who readily adapted to Western ways while retaining her Thainess. The next change she faced was when the 1932 coup against the absolute monarchy was staged. She thus became the first queen consort of the constitutional monarchy. Subsequently, they experienced some stressful and risky times as political turbulences broke out. Nearly 3 years later, the king abdicated the Siamese throne from their temporary residence in England, where they stayed after having made official visits to many countries in Europe. They lived on in England and soon faced the dangers of hardships of the Second World War. In 1941, the ex-king died of a sudden heart attack. Widowed at age 37, Queen Rambhai Barni continued to live on in England throughout the Second World War. The Dowager Queen and her female relatives braved the overhead bombs to do voluntary work at a medical facility in London by packing medical supplies for use on the wounded, regardless of nationality, thus a selfless act for the sake of humanity. Queen Rambhai Barni remained in England until May 1949, when in the reign of Rama IX, and upon being invited by the Thai government, she returned to Bangkok, bringing with her the cremated bones and ashes of her late husband, the king, for proper royal enshrinement. As Dowager Queen, she decided to find a place up country where she could pursue her own agricultural project that would pioneer modern agriculture and contribute to local development. After consideration, she borrowed money from a bank to buy a plot of unused land in Chanthaburi with the assistance of her relatives, and she began improving the sloping land by irrigating it, built thatched roof shelters where they immediately settled. She named the orchard and farm Suan Ban Keo rather than a palace. Electricity and running water would only come later. So would some permanent buildings, including her own residence, that used bricks and roof tiles fired on the premises. She bought a tractor and drove it herself to till the land. Vegetables, crops, upland rice, fruit, and other trees and flowers were grown. Raised were chickens and ducks for their eggs, and cattle to keep the wild grass down and to provide manure. All this was for self-sufficiency and sustainability on the farm, not to compete with the locals. She employed a number of local workers and trained them under the supervision of an agricultural expert. Meanwhile, she contributed some important charitable causes, such as giving scholarships to local students and funding a hospital building in Chanthaburi in dedication to her late husband Prachatipok. Subsequently, the then government expanded the hospital and renamed it King Prachatipok Hospital or Prapok Krao Hospital in Thai. She promoted the knowledge and skills of those of women, especially in the local craft of rush mat weaving. She set up a training center to train in the modern techniques of dyeing the rush into a variety of colors, and designed the material into modern household use, such as handbags, baskets, placemats, and marketed them as the work of villagers. For 18 years, from 1950 to 1968, the Dowager Queen worked the land and lived a hard-working but healthy and happy life at her agricultural compound. However, as she grew older, health was a concern, and she was persuaded to return to her palace at Wang Sukhothai in Bangkok, built as a wedding present to her and her husband by his mother. Queen Rambhai Barni sold Suan Ban Keo in its entirety to the Ministry of Education at a very low price. After a trial period, the Chanthaburi Teachers College was officially opened in 1972, and the science and technology sector of the college was able to make good use of the agricultural development system at the former training center at Suan Ban Keo. The college has since developed into Rambhai Barni Rajapat University. Could it not be said that Queen Rambhai Barni sowed the seeds of the sustainable development? As a social scientist, I would add that among the 17 dimensions of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals are two that we could relate to Queen Rambhai Barni's biography. They are quality education, to which is added lifelong learning, and gender equality. You have already heard how she contributed to quality education. On lifelong learning, the Queen, despite her unassuming nature, had always been ready to learn and observant. On their Majesty's visits abroad, they often went to agricultural and animal husbandry stations. They also observed how children and workers were being looked after. the Queen expressly wished to observe how Hungarian women created beautiful embroidery. She seemed to have recalled these experiences and adapted them for use at Suan Ban Keo. Rather than embroidery, she learned to weave rush mats and turn them into useful objects. On gender equality, the investiture of the Queen Consort was accompanied by other matters King Prachapipok put in train towards it. Educationally, compulsory primary education for both girls and boys was greatly expanded when the country's only university was ready to offer degree programs. Women and men were simultaneously admitted to them. Socially, while his cabinet resolved not yet to prohibit men from having many wives, the king allowed the resolution to stand. Rather, the royal couple showed by example how to be a monogamous couple. Politically, a constitution the absolute king ordered drafted had provisions for both adult males and females to exercise their votes when the time was considered ripe. The post-1932 coup constitutions followed this precedence. Queen Rambhai Barni passed away at the age of nearly 80 on the 22nd of May 1984 in Bangkok, and was granted a royal cremation presided over by His Majesty King Bhumibol Rama IX at Pramen Ground or Meru Ground, now better known as the Nam Luang. Thank you for bearing with me. May I wish you every success in your deliberations. Sawasdi, and all the best.
Thank you, Associate Professor Puttisan, for such a heartfelt and insightful speech that beautifully commemorates Her late Majesty Queen Rambhai Barni and her profound legacy.
Additionally, for those who haven't uploaded your presentation files, you can upload the files at the reception desk by 11 a.m. Otherwise, you need to upload your file in your presentation room. Thank you.
Now, we move on to an exciting segment of the conference, our keynote speakers. We are privileged to have distinguished experts from across the globe share their insights on critical topics related to agriculture, sustainability, and innovation.
And this session will be shared by Dr. Krishnan from India, who guide us through this remarkable lineup of speakers. Dr. Krishnan, thank you very much for taking this very important role.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, all of you. So, welcome you all for the plenary session. It's the keynote speakers. So, first I would like to invite Dr. Sheikh Danvis Hussain, sir, Bangladesh. Sir, please come and start your presentation, please, sir. So, sir is going to deliver about smart, innovative organic agriculture for agri-food transformation in Asia. Sir, the forum for you, sir.
Hello, good morning, everyone. At first, I'd like to thank the organizers, particularly Dr. Qasim, to invite me and to give opportunity to speak something about organic agriculture and the transformation process in this great audience. So, let me introduce first about the IFOM and myself. As many of you know, the IFOM stands for International Federation of Organic Agriculture Movement. The head office is based in Germany, Bonn city. And IFOM Organics Asia, actually, it is the regional center for IFOM International, and our head office in South Korea. So I am actually working in IFOM Organics Asia as the Director of Policy and Strategy, and also I am Ambassador of IFOM Organics International. So today, actually, Qasim asked me to speak about the organic agriculture in relation with the smart agriculture and the innovation. And since I have only 20 minutes, so I will give you some outline that how organic agriculture can be connect with digital and the smart agriculture. So before going to the topic, actually,
push up, please. Push up.
It's not you.
Yes, sir.
It's not a stand. It's not fixed.
Please talk together.
So I just want to give you some outline about the status of organic agriculture, particularly in Asia. In currently 190 countries, 93 countries actually in the world using organic practices, where total 76.4 million hectares. And out of these 193 countries, 16 countries are more than 10% organic land, and 15 countries between 5 to 10% organic land. And this organic share is very much, you can see it's a very low or below practices of the total organic agricultural land in the world, which is only 1.6%. Please remember, it is a very, very small practicing area in the world, 1.6%. But it is gradually increasing. If we look at the 2020, it is 1.3 million hectares and increases 1.7%. So currently 3.7% producers practicing organic agriculture, and the global organic market, it is around 125 billion euro. Organic agriculture land all over the world, if you look, of course, it is top in the Oceania, due to Australia is the number one, and Asia is only 6.5 million hectares.
Previous ones. This one, sir?
Yeah. So around the world, around 50% area is under the Oceania, and Asia actually cover only 9% organic land. The top 10 countries which has organic agriculture land, of course Australia in the top, and in Asia only China and is in the top 5, and India also in the top 10. The organic producers in Asia, it is covers the 48%, almost 50% in the world. It means the producer point of view, Asia is the very big. And the top 10 countries in Asia, the organic agriculture, if you look in the Asia, China, India, then Philippines, Thailand, Kazakhstan, Indonesia, and these are the top 10 organic agriculture countries in Asia. The 10 producers country in the world, it is very interesting that India is the number one, quite long years. And of course, you can see Thailand also in the top 10. It is interesting that in most of the countries, the organic agricultural land is less than 3%. Only other than Timor-Leste, most of the Asian countries where organic agriculture practices is less than 3%. But the Korea, it shows is 2.5%, but in our some assessment, it is now more than 3%. So the question is why these organic agriculture land is very low compared to the conventional system. Whether it is, does it due to the consumers less interest or producers less interest, government policy, certification, or the technologies, lack of technologies, which is not compatible to the organic, conventional system. So I would like to say something about these, some of the point. I don't want to say detail of the advantage of the organic agriculture because all of you know that it has huge contribution or impact on the health, environment, biodiversity, animal welfare, soil fertility, natural resource, everything. So since there are a lot of advantage of organic agriculture, then the question is why the organic agriculture practicing is so low, around 2% or 1.6% in the world. If you look at the point of view from the farmers and the consumers, most of the farmers, actually they are struggling. The countries like Japan, Korea, Taiwan, even Thailand, many of the countries, they have aging issue. Lot of farmers actually getting old and new workforce is not coming. At the same time, the agriculture productivity is also getting down regardless of organic or the conventional system. It is also the problem of farmers' point of view. As a consumer, our concern is safetiness and nutritional value. And of course, we want the fresh and the original food. So these are the two concerns from the farmers and the consumers. And it is not very acceptable that organic agriculture is now in 4.0, but many of the scientists, they said that now we are entering the agriculture 4.0 because agriculture 1.0, it was about the intensive labor forces. 2.0, we passed about the technology mechanization. 3, intensive knowledge automation. And the number 4, it now is the digitization. And if you look at the global market, organic agriculture is getting a very high rate of progress. And from 2021 to 2030, we are expecting that the annual growth rate, it will be 12.6%, which will be reached to around $500 billion. And it means that consumer actually has demand of organic agriculture, organic product. And at the same time, after COVID, actually most of the countries, our observation is the consumers are more aware about the health, immunity, and they are expecting health and nutritional food. Now the question is smart agriculture. How the smart agriculture actually is coming up? Because the policymakers, they often say that the yield of organic agriculture is very low compared to the conventional system. And we need to see whether the smart agriculture or digital agriculture, how it can address the productivity and how it can be cope and fit with the organic agriculture system. Next. So the question is whether this adoption of smart agriculture or digital agriculture is easy or it is what is the conditions to fulfill here. Because we need to understand that most of the farmers in Asia, they are small-scale farmers. They are the 2/3 of the farmers who are producing organic agriculture. They are the small-scale farmers. And they have challenge on the policies, regulation, infrastructure, and education. And currently in the world, 74 countries actually, they have fully regulation in the country on organic agriculture. And 21 countries in Asia, they have partly organic agriculture regulation, and some of the country are the drafting condition. And now I will show that the countries which have fully implemented the regulation on organic agriculture is Bhutan, China, India, Indonesia, Israel, Japan, Kuwait, Malaysia, South Korea, Taiwan, and Turkey. I was previously worked in the Asian Productivity Organization, is an intergovernmental organization based in Japan. And there actually we try to evaluate that what is the technological transformation process on the agriculture transformation. And we developed one framework. I would request you later, you can see the APO website and you can find there are two documents. One is the APO Agriculture Transformation Framework and another is the Smart Agriculture Transformation Framework. And there actually we showed that how the smart or digital technology can be adopted in the agriculture transformation process. But I want to give you some key points from these two materials. You know, one of the biggest IT companies, Cisco, they actually developed one calculation method that to adopt any digital agriculture or technology, the country must have a readiness. And they actually calculate the country's readiness by this formula, whereas you should calculate the technology infrastructure. And under this technology infrastructure, you need to calculate how many telephone, for example, subscription, broadband subscription, internet services, network services, plus technology adoption, how many mobile device penetration, internet uses, then human capital, the labor force, literacy, education, basic needs, and these are the 6-7 parameters you have to summarize. And that range they call the country's digital readiness score, which should be 5.9 to 20.1. It is in general range. So after calculating each of the component, we saw and we found that some of the countries, this is not very fixed. It is a few years before data. But here I can show you that some of the country, these are the three phases. One is the activate stage, second is the accelerate stage, and third is the amplify stage. And the country who are the amplify stage, which are the top, I can show you the 4 countries here. But as I said, it is not fixed. It is very much changing. Malaysia, Japan, Republic of Korea, that means South Korea and Singapore, they are in the top position, who are very much ready to adopt the technology or the smart technology. And in the previous slide, what I showed, the previous one, yeah. So some of the countries who are in the activity stage, so it means the countries who are activity stage should be go to the next accelerate stage and then amplify stage. So, and after you have the good readiness, then it is possible to take the technologies depending of your resources. So while we are talking about the digital transformation, of course, you have to consider from production to supply chain to the consumer, all the process you can use or you can adopt the digital technologies. But one of the very important area that is for organic agriculture, that is the supply chain. As a consumer, we always very much cautious and we are very much accept and we want actually the true organic product. And for that, this traceability is very important. And for that purpose, actually supply chain transparency and traceability is very important in the organic agriculture. Now we can come to the innovation, because as in the Professor Konuma actually in the morning also said that from the last 1 decade, we are talking about the innovation, and we understand the innovation is one of the key success for improvement of the productivity. And there are 3 types of innovation, as you know, that one is the social innovation, ecological and traditional knowledge-based innovation, and third is the technological innovation. And social innovation is a sort of connection with the consumers, with the producers, and there are different models like consumer farmer interaction model, take-a model, community supporting model. These type of models are under the social innovation. And ecological and traditional knowledge-based innovation, of course, soil fertility, circular system, crop rotation, these are the part of the ecological and traditional knowledge-based innovation. At technology innovation, mostly about at this point, digital and the precision agriculture related innovation. But interestingly, when the conventional system actually focus, they always focus on the technological innovation, then ecological innovation, and less in the social innovation, because their priority most on the productivity improvement. On the other hand, when we are talking about the organic agriculture, traditionally, organic agriculture innovation mostly focus on the social innovation, then ecological innovation, and less in the technological innovation. But we need to, now it is the time that we need to think more on the technological innovation so that the organic agriculture can be comparable to the conventional system. Here I can give you very small example. Like before, farmers, many countries, you know, they use manually for water management. And now they are using the electronic device which can be operated by the mobile apps or any other way. You can control the water management from very far from your place. So you can adopt this type of simple technology as part of digitalization. Again, in the consumer side, last couple of years, QR code is using for tracking the product traceability. But nowadays, many countries, they are updated this QR code. By QR code, even you can see the digital video that which are the farmers actually using and how it is producing. So not only the tagging the name and the location, but also you can see the video. So this type of advances is coming. So the point is, you are not, we are not against of any technical innovation, technological innovation, unless it is part of the organic agriculture principles, that is the principle of health, ecology, fairness, and care. When any technology is in line with these principles, organic agriculture is very fine to adopt this technology. I just given 5 minutes more, probably. So just for your information, IFOM Organics Asia, actually we are trying to collect different innovations around the world and Asia, and we have 2 books already published. That is the Innovative Cases of Organic Agriculture in Asia and Global Organic Agriculture Innovations. You can find these resources in IFOM Asia website. I am, of course, one of the editor of this book, and I'll be happy if you want to share your innovation to us so that we can include it in our next publication. I just want to give you one information that organic agriculture is overall getting fund only even less than 1% of total agricultural research. And this is only 290 million all over the world is less than 1%. This report actually published by FIVL Switzerland. We are also one of the part of this research. So it means that our fund is really very limited, and we need to work together to optimize our resources and best output of our resource. And we need to inform our policymakers that organic agriculture actually, in the market, usually it comes the market value of the product. But there are a lot of non-market value, such as soil fertility, soil erosion, carbon, soil formation, different of non-marketed value. And the total marketed value is some figure. So when we calculate, we must look at the non-marketed value. And in New Zealand, there is a study that shows that the organic farming is much better economic value, total value compared to the conventional system. Sorry, I have to go to first. And we also need to care about the hidden cost of agri-food systems, because these conventional current food systems actually have very negative impact on the health, social, and environment. And this total hidden cost sometimes is very high. Even some of the countries like India, Bangladesh, and some countries more than 14%. And if we can reduce this hidden cost of health, social, and environment cost, it will contribute to our GDP. So finally, what I want to say that we need to focus more on the technological innovation. We need to increase our funding for organic agriculture programs. We need to share our knowledge and networking for research institutes, and science-based evidence of true cost accounting and ecosystem services we need to focus. And finally, we need to simplicity of our regulation for using the digital tools and applications. So thank you so much. I was probably a bit fast, but I'll be happy to interact with you later. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. It was a nice presentation. It is highly informative. So, behalf of organizing committee, we would like to give the certificate of appreciation to Dr. Hussain, sir. Thank you, sir. The next speaker, Professor Dr. Tapio Julakshi from Finland. So we would like to invite Professor Tapio. So sir's topic is food safety in Finland, regulations and some practical implementations. Sir, please.
Honorable President of the Rambhai Barni Rajabhat University, dear participants of the 12th ICIST conference, ladies and gentlemen. My presentation is food safety in Finland, regulation and some practical implementations. The contents of my presentation is food safety, key elements, various scientific fields, European Union legislation, Food Act of Finland and its purpose, annual report of Finnish Food Authority, and then some implementations like food export and food safety, and then country image and food safety. Food safety refers to the practices and procedures that are employed to prevent foodborne illnesses and ensure the safety of food for human consumption. It involves a wide range of activities from food production and processing to storage, distribution and preparation. The key elements of food safety include cleanliness, temperature control, proper handling, hazard analysis and critical points, and traceability. Food safety is crucial for several reasons, like public health, consumer confidence, and on economic impact. Ensuring food safety involves a multidisciplinary approach. It is drawing upon various scientific fields: microbiology, chemistry, toxicology, food science, epidemiology, veterinary medicine, agricultural science, environmental science, and risk assessment and regulatory science. The European Union is a group of 27 countries in Europe with additional countries in accession process. The European Commission suggests the laws. The European Parliament and the Council decide laws to happen in Europe. All countries of the European Union must work to make these laws happen in them. The legal implementation in each country is called harmonization. The legislation and regulation on food hygiene is given in the European Union regulation on hygiene of foodstuffs from year 2004. In Finland, the harmonization has happened as the new Food Act of Finland from year 2021. And the Finnish Food Authority's regulation on food hygiene proficiency from this year, it implements the European Union legislation. In each country, the harmonization, European legislation harmonization can be more strict than the European law. For instance, Finland has zero tolerance for Salmonella bacteria in animal feeds and foods. So the occurrence of Salmonella triggers food authority interference. Finland has had antibiotic-free animal production for years. Only therapeutic use is permitted by the regulation of food authority. And this is based on evidence-based advice by expert panel. Finland has started the use of so-called feed enzymes into animal diets. It was the beneficial strategy to support animal health and productivity while minimizing the need for antibiotics. The feed enzymes were innovation to use Trichoderma microbes in biofermentors to produce the enzymes. And actually, Finland was the first country to take this innovation into use, and the additional benefit of this innovation was that it made possible to start antibiotic-free animal production. Food Act of Finland purpose is to ensure the safety of foodstuffs and their handling, as well as the good health and other quality of foodstuffs in accordance with food regulations, to ensure that the information provided on food is truthful, adequate, and not misleading, to protect the consumer from health hazards and economic losses caused by food in breach of food regulation. The annual report of Finnish Food Authority publishes, annually the Finnish Food Authority publishes the results of regulatory control related to food safety, official controls and monitoring programs on food and feed, as well as research and risk assessments. The report also assesses, based on the results, the status of food safety and future needs for regulatory activities in Finland. Then some practical implementations of food safety. Food export and food safety. Finland can boost her food exports, improve the competitiveness of the entire food sector, and safeguard the domestic production of primary and specialized products. Food exports must be based on products with high value added and that have a high degree of processing. By stressing and reinforcing Finnish food production's competitive factors such as safety, cleanness, and responsibility. This requires solid knowledge of export markets and resources which can be used to build up local brands and presence. Stringent requirements related to food safety, the environment, or the health, care, and welfare of production animals push up companies' costs, while they also contribute to the supporting high quality and responsible production methods of the products. Country image and food safety. Another practical implementation of food safety is on its contribution to the overall country image of Finland. Country image matters every day. Decisions that affect Finland are made around the world. These decisions may be political, economic, or, for example, an individual consumer's choice between two products. In addition to facts, decisions are often made based on mental images. This slide is taken from the homepage of the Finnish Food Authority, and it is depicting why wouldn't you set up a food business. So this is a practical advice to all startups or persons who want to start any kind of food business. The Finnish Food Safety Authority has several activities like Animal Disease Laboratory, Feed Analysis Laboratory, Food Analysis Laboratory, Food Hygiene Control Unit, Meat Inspection Supervisory, but the authority has also a public advisory department. This slide is a step-by-step flow sheet to advise new food companies. And it depicts how to find suitable hygienic premises, how to register your business, how to get a hygiene passport for all the staff. And this is something new and special for Finnish system, that the workers have to have their personal hygiene examinations and then they get the hygiene passports. How to make a self-control hygiene plan. The authorities is not only controlling, but it is also advising the companies to build up their own hazard control system. And then also how to ensure the composition and correct food information of the food. This completes the presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor. It was a nice presentation. So, on behalf of the organizing committee, we would like to give the certificate of application for Professor. So the next presentation, Professor Dr. U.V. Yuan, China, topic on authenticity, discrimination of rice with stable isotope and multi-element profiles. Sir, please.
Hello everyone, good morning. I'm from China. My topic is the authenticity discrimination of rice with stable isotope and multi-elements. I'm from Zhejiang Academy of Agricultural Science, located in Hangzhou City. Okay. As you know, rice is a major cereal crops consumed by half of the global population, widely planted in Asia, Africa, and parts of America. The quality characters of rice are mainly associated with its growing conditions. And recently, the traceability of the rice back to the growing regions has gained increasing interest from consumers, government, and the producers. Science is valuable to economic front, like the Thailand rice and Chinese rice from the northeast of China. China is the largest market for Asian countries to export rice. Recently, the stable isotope and mineral elements analysis have become internationally recognized for identifying the production methods and manufacturing location for agricultural products like rice, tea, Chinese medicine, fruits. That's all. In my research, I use stable isotope for the carbon-13. As you know, for the photosynthesis are different for carbon-3 and carbon-4. It have a different value for the carbon-13. It's negative for carbon-3 and more positive in carbon-4. However, for the stable isotope nitrogen-15, if from fertilizer, chemical fertilizer, it have a low value. But if from manure, compost, something, it's high value. So we can use this as an indicator for the production. The third stable isotope is hydrogen and oxygen. In China, is a broad country, so the north of rain or water is different with the south of water. So we can use hydrogen 2 and oxygen 18 as an indicator for the geographical origin. For mineral elements, like phytophthorus, potassium, and calcium, and many elements from the soil. Different soil maybe have different mineral content. Yeah. So this is my lab for the machine is element analysis and institute micro spectrum. Yeah. So we use the stable isotope to trace the food. The first is the rice origin tracing. It's we use EAR, MS, and ICP mass analysis with commemorative data processing. We can transfer the rice from China and South South Asian countries. So with the chemical matrix, we can find the rice really from China and whether from Southeast Asia, like Thailand and Malaysia. China is a big rice production country, so we collected northeast of China, around the river region, and southwest China and southeast of China. We collected more than 900 samples with the stable isotope and multi-elements analysis. So we can see different regions have different character of stable isotope and minor elements. This is the date for the carbon, nitrogen, hydrogen, and oxygen, and other macro elements and trace elements. There are significant differences in stable isotope of rice in different production, with the highest value being the northeast of China, and some constant differences are not significant between as those in isotopes. So these contribution characters of different elements vary greatly than the stable isotope. Yeah, so we can use the model, BPNN model for geographical arrangement discrimination. So we can clearly to find whether the rice from northeast of China or other regions. But the high value is northeast of China, more than 90-70%. 7%. As just mentioned, for the organic production, conventional production, the most difference is the chemical and chemical fertilizer and chemical pesticide cannot be used in organic production. So for pesticide residue, it's easy. But if we use chemical fertilizer, it's hard to detect. So we use stable isotope nitrogen 15 to detect the difference. This is the isotopic signatures of organic, green, and conventional rice. Mostly for the carbon-13 varies greatly among different rice varieties and years. But for the nitrogen-15 between organic green rice and conventional rice is a significant difference. So maybe in Japan, I find that they use nitrogen-15 as an indicator for organic production. This is the multi-element signature between organic, green, and conventional rice. It's, some are significantly different, but some are not so significant. However, we use PLSDA. We can clearly discriminate the organic production rice, but hard to find the green and conventional. As green and conventional production can be use chemical fertilizer, but for green production, organic production cannot be used chemical fertilizer. This is the effect of fertilizer on the rice figure print like nitrogen-15. We use biogas celery to find whether the fertilizer can affect the nitrogen-15. So we can see with the control, with the urea fertilizer, and different application rates for the by celery, we can say the carbon, the nitrogen 15 is significant between different treatments for the control, for the urinal, for different by celery application rates. Yeah, this is the carbon and nitrogen isotope variations between soil with different fertilizer treatment. More by celery fertilizer applied and more nitrogen 15 increasing. Yeah. And it's the difference isotope change between rice and in rice and different nitrogen fertilizer levels. And for the water, also affect the hydrogen and oxygen, which related with the location, like northeast of China and southwest of China, even so we collected different irrigation waters with different hydrogen and oxygen. As you can see, low abundance, medium abundance, and high abundance with different value. So we can see with different water, we can find the effect of water on the soluble isotope, especially for hydrogen and oxygen. Not much effect on carbon and nitrogen. Yeah, this is the soluble isotope in rice stems and leaves was least affected by the irrigation water. Yeah. And the hydrogen and oxygen value of indica rice leaves decreased at the heading stage, increased at the filling stage, and then decreased at the harvest stage. So it's a variation between different growing stages. The hydrogen and the oxygen value of rice was strongly positive, correlated with the data of water. Yeah, that's my research some conclusion. And for my team, on the chance I just reproduce my team, there are more than 10 students and 5 colleagues, and also some honorable professor from New Zealand. I have 2 postdoctorate from Kazakhstan and Pakistan. This is my some papers and publications. Yeah, most for the rice discrimination with the soluble isotope. And each year, more than 8 times, from 2016, I also organize an international conference with for the topic of traceability and for the safety, something else. Yeah. This is my academy. I'm in the right building, but my group in the left building. See you the next year. We will meet at Hangzhou. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you, Professor, for your presentation. It was very highly informative. So, on behalf of organizing committee, we would like to give the certificate of appreciation. So next presentation by Mr. Professor Dr. Peter Pawang, Germany, about future organic farming. Professor, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you to be here today. My name is Dr. Peter Pongpao. I'm from Germany, but I live in Thailand since 19 years. My profession, I'm a nature scientist. And here is what I will talk. I have 20 minutes. I will try to make it in 19. So what I will present is about future organic farming. The topic is, what does that mean? I want to go not too deep in deep science. I want to just take it generally. It's not working. I'm presenting an international business organization which is located in Switzerland. And the company is SDR Corporation. SDR stands for Science, Development, and Research. We are working with different companies. I myself located with Swiss One Medical and also Dacia Wellness. But what we are promoting here is the special work of research of 100% organic farming technologies and innovation. The point is what we understand about organic farming. Organic farming is normally a marriage between healthy soil and healthy plant. And I think this one to understand is very important. Down button. Okay. In the future, we will setting up a giant project here in Thailand to bring more knowledge about organic farming. We will be setting the biggest botanical garden here in Thailand. The area is promoted with Khao Yai. Maybe somebody familiar with this one. But we will have one gigantic dome. The whole area will be approximately 240 hectares, which is 1,000 rai, a very big piece of land. We will have a second dome, which will be presenting here in Thailand, even in the world first time, a 4-season dome where we are presenting nature creation in the springs, summer, falls, and winter, even including snowfall. We will use that dome for R&D, especially we will also setting over there a new science institute and a data analysis center. So what is very important for organic farming is we have to ask nature first. And in this case, we are doing the perfect soil testing. My soil testing is maybe different from than what you know, because when I'm making soil testing, I'm taking soil samples up to 10 feet deep. It means 3 meters. I will ask not only the topsoil, also the subsoil. The subsoil is the most difficult because worldwide we have approximately 130,000 different subsoil conditions. We cannot ignore this one. And when somebody used pesticides 50 years ago, there's some remaining toxicity in the subsoil. Sorry. When we are, this one is, for example, a spreadsheet of a perfect organic soil. You see how many items we have to analyze. But this spreadsheet is used to analyze feet by feet. When I say 10 feet, we have 10 times an analyzed table like this one. But this is only minerals. But when we are going deeper, we also have different microbes. And in this case, when we are talking about fertilization, we need the big commercial fertilizer? No. We are making a microbial fertilization. It means we can take a couple of million microbes and breeding billions of microbes, nanomicrobes, and give them back to the soil to create a higher immune system for the soil. That's what nature do since millions of years. Why we have to change the system? It's the healthy soil already. And in this case, also we have the soil under thinking multiple cropping. It means going away from big giant monoculture, creating more small scale farming technology, more community business for the small farmers at their places, at their community. And secondly, also managing our watering system. Nobody talk about water. When I talk about immune system for our soil, I'm also talking about a higher immune system for our plants. In human health, we are already using the technology of stem cell treatment. But why not be using the same technology for our plants to give them a much, much higher immune system to be more resistant against negative environmental impact, which we have to deal with this one normally right now every day. And this one cannot only give the plants a higher immune system, it can even increase the crop, the yield, between 20 and 60%. Watering system. The watering system in our agriculture is quite difficult. We can use in our field organic plantation, but the neighbor who doing on giant monoculture and using pesticides still contaminate our water. And they don't stop in the aquifers on our field. So how we can block them? There are different technology on the market already, what we are calling soil membrane bioreactor, to take the filtration system in the soil to take the toxicality out and keep the water safe for our organic field. This is all our technology, which is even usable for every different farming products, technologies, whatever we want to do. But this science is normally, in this case, only on the beginning. And here you can see normally the benefits. We have microbial soil fertilization. I will tell you two examples. Commercial fertilizer costs you approximately $1,500 a hectare, a year, every year, per hectare. In 3 years, we are talking about nearly $4,500. Microbial fertilization costs you in 3 years, 50 to 100. To giving more microbes in the soil, breeding them, giving them in the soil, creates the immune system. But also, when microbes is a living organism, when they die, 60% of dead microbes turning into healthy carbon for the soil. So they regenerate themselves, keep themselves stable. That means, in this case, big money saving for the farmers. Second advantage, much bigger crop. We can reduce the crop lost from 20 to 30% down to 2 or 3% only, because, and even the crop has a higher yield. So the quality of the plant are very high. And finally, the financial benefit in total, we don't need to talk about it. Here is the complete picture, the remark. Scientific plant genetic research, soil without artificial fertilizer, climate and environmental analysis, and higher yield, higher crop, higher plant, and this immune system. And in this case, what we are looking for, it is really international collaboration. That's why I'm here today. We want to connecting in international network, not only in plant science, also for education. We want to connecting universities, bringing students exchange program in the field by praxis to learning. We want to connecting scientific and research to make the future of organic farming safer. We know that the commercial industries of farming technology with GMO and toxic fertilizer is very big. They don't want that one. But we have to be strong because it is our health and the safety of our environment. And in this case, thank you so much for listening. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor, for your nice presentation. So on behalf of the organizing committee, we would like to give the certificate of appreciation to you. Thank you, sir. So next our presentation, Professor Dr. Jin Cheol Kim, Republic of Korea, is going to talk about biological control of pinwheel disease and other plant diseases by Bacillus subtilis. Sir, Professor.
Good morning, everyone. So my name is Jin Cheol Kim from South Korea. So today I would like to explain biological control of pine wilt disease and other plant disease by Bacillus subtilis JCK 1398. Actually, I am professor in Jeonnam National University, and also I made one venture company 5 years ago. So I am CEO of our company. Do you know pine wilt disease? Actually, pine wilt disease is caused by pine wood nematode, Pulsaphalangus xylophilus. And this is a vector, pine soil beetle. Pine soil beetles can transmit the pine wood nematode from impacted dead pine trees to healthy pine trees. Actually, pine wilt disease is occurring in the temperate region of including the South Korea, Japan, China, Taiwan, and even Portugal, Spain, and the USA, Mexico. And as the world climate is increasing, so maybe the occurrence of the pine wilt disease is being gradually increased. By now, there are 3 control measures to over the pine wilt disease. First is sanitation. Actually, this method is to remove and destroy the pine trees died by pinewood nematode before the emergence of pine soil in the following year. Second method is aerial spraying of pesticide. Actually, this method is to prevent the spread of the insect vector. And the third method is chemical protection. Actually, the trunk injection of nematicide, such as ivermectin and ivermectin benzoate, to protect unimpacted tree. But, however, these three control measures have some problems, such as conversion of toxic substance from fumigation agent in sanitation to risk of honeybee by aerial application of pesticide. Third is destroy of forest by physical control measures. Also, the trunk injection of the nematicide have caused some problems, such as high cost, restrictive range of control, and the potential damage. Additionally, the trunk injection, repeated trunk injection of nematicide may cause decline or death to treated trees. Therefore, I would like to develop an innovative new aerial spray control measures by using plant resistance-inducing microorganisms. So through a serial of the screening step, so from 1,004 strains, so finally I selected one strain. Finally, we evaluated the disease control efficacy of the selected strain against the pine wilt disease in using the 10 years old pine trees. The strain was identified as Bacillus subtilis JCK 1398. And then so we evaluated the disease control efficacy of the culture process of this strain and spray dried material of this strain. So 2019, so actually we evaluated the disease control efficacy using culture process of the strain. So as you see, our culture could suppress the development of pine wilt disease well. Also, the 2018, so spray dried material of our strain also could effectively suppress the development of the pine wilt disease. So finally, we optimized the fermentation, and then also we developed the optimum fermentation. Then finally, we tested the disease control efficacy, our prototype. The brand name, the name is Gendactor-1 Eva vaccine. So in this case, by using unmanned helicopter, so we sprayed our product on the pine trees, almost 30 years old pine trees, right? So before artificial inoculation, so we have applied 2 times 1 month interval, okay? Finally, so our prototypes could suppress the development, effectively the development of pine wilt disease, even the 30 years old pine trees. So, next step, we wanted to know the mode of action. So first we searched the many industrial resistance related genes. And then so we tested that when we applied our strain on the pine trees, so we checked enhanced the expression of the pathogen related genes. As you see, many PR genes, their expression was significantly enhanced. So this means JCK1398 treatment upregulated PR genes, and we can increase the expression of cell wall proteins, and also elevated the toxic enzymes neutralize nematode toxins. So finally, therefore, the HK1398 primes pine for enhanced resistance. Also, we examined the different gene expression of 16S differential messenger RNA gene expression between our strain treated pine trees and non-treated pine trees. So finally, as a result, JHK139 strains boost key pine defense pathways. Especially, our strain can activate MAPK signaling and pennypropanoid biosynthesis. As you know, pennypropanoid biosynthesis is related to lignin production. So lignin means accumulation of lignin means can strengthen pine defense against nematodes. So among the many intermediate of the lignin biosynthesis, so we selected the phenol, and then so we quantitatively analyzed the accumulation of the phenol in treated pine trees and non-treated, compared to treated the amount of the phenol in both treated one and the non-treated one. As you see, in our strain treated treated trees, so accumulation of the phenol amount is higher than that of the non-treated one. Also, we tested about if our strain can inhibit the migration and reproduction of nematodes inside the pine trees. Before the artificial inoculation, so we applied our strain twice and then inoculated. So this is treated, right is non-treated. So 5 days, 10 days, 15 days, 20 days after inoculation. So we compared the number of the nematode inside the plant tissues. As you see, the number of the nematodes in control, negative non-treated one, so it's much higher than the treated one. This means our strain inhibit the migration and the reproduction of nematodes inside pine tissues. Also, we analyzed the effect of our strain on the microbiota associated with the pine-wood nematodes via 16S metabarcoding. As you see, so quite a different microbiota between the treated and non-treated. Also, the microbiota of the nematodes between the treated and non-treated, so quite different. So when you see the right bar graph, so only the Pantoia strains dominate on the pine-wood nematode. So we tried to isolate the bacterial strain, and finally we identified the bacterial strain as Pantoia dispersa. As you see, also we tested the nematocidal activity of the Pantoia strain against the pine-wood nematode. The strain also showed the nematocidal activity. So finally, this slide shows that the mode of action of our strain. Actually, when the pine trees are treated with our strain, maybe resistance induction and the final rational accumulation, and the nematocidal Pantoia dominates, and then even the rhizosphere microbiome changed. Then, so this means through this mode of action, so our strain can effectively suppress the development of pine-wood nematode disease. So finally, we commercialized Chandhaburi vaccine. Actually, this product also suppress the development of viral disease, bacterial disease, and the soil-borne fungal disease. And we have applied the patent in Korea, Japan, and USA, China, and Mexico. So actually, each mode of action is enhancing plant immunity and microbiome change. So finally, we made the liquid type formulation, and its shelf life is 3 years. And actually, this product can be sprayed, treated by aerial spray, and also can mixable with most chemical pesticides. So this slide shows the use case of the Korean National Park. So we applied our product in field, island, and some area for 3 years. In this area, Hwado, so the main pine tree species is Pinus sombryi, so a little more sensitive to pinus nematode. So in this case, the control value is 53 to 63. And the Hadong area, the main pine tree species is Pinus densiflora. So the control value is 70%. And this year, we compared the disease control efficacy of our product with trunk injection of the ivermectin benzoate, ivermectin. So, as a result, our product showed the higher disease control efficacy compared to the ivermectin trunk injection. So this is the portal, so treated one, untreated in Hado. And this is untreated, treated and untreated in the ivermectin treated group in the Hadong. Also, our product can suppress the development of the tobacco mosaic virus on tomato plants. Actually, this is an untreated one. So maybe the tomato plants cannot grow well, but when the tomato plants were applied with our product before inoculation, so the tomato plants can grow more than the untreated control. Also, in this case, cucumber mosaic virus on tobacco, left is untreated, right is treated one. So as you can see, in the treated cucumber plant, tobacco plant, the new leaves can grow very well. In field also, we applied our product. Actually, these chili peppers were highly impacted with the virus before the treatment of our product. As left is treatment, right is non-treatment. As you see, the chili peppers can grow very well, much compared to non-treatment. Also, our product can suppress the ginseng root rot disease caused by cylindrocarbon destructions. In field also, it showed the control value of 61%. And this slide showed the disease control efficacy of our product against the tomato bacterial wilt caused by Rhizoctonia solanacearum in 40 experiments. And also Chinese cabbage soft rot. In field also, our product showed the control value of 64.4% against kimchi cabbage soft rot. And this slide is a field experimental result, and 70% and 68% against bacterial wilt and bacterial leaf spot, respectively. And this slide shows that our product also can suppress the development of the cucumber fusarium wilt caused by Fusarium oxysporum, Homa specialis like parasite. So actually, this, as you know, this plant pathogen is similar to the Panama disease pathogen of banana. Even though the control value is not so high, but it should effectively suppress the development of the cucumber fusarium wilt. So So we applied the mixture of the Gendactor 1, its mode of action is inducible resonance, and the Gendactor 6 Nevobacter. Maybe this afternoon, so I'll explain in detail about the Gendactor 6. Yeah. And then so actually its mode of action is a direct antimicrobial activity. So we applied the mixture of the both product. So we could very effectively suppress the development of the cucumber fusarium wilt more than its control value is comparable to chemical fungicide. Okay, we also applied our product in the rice, and as you can see, the more darker color, blue color. Okay, now also we are currently looking for partner companies to register and sell our product abroad. If you have any interest, please contact me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor. It's a nice presentation. Yeah. So, on behalf of the organizing committee, we would like to appreciate your talk with the present certificate. Thank you, Professor. Next, our presentation, Professor Dr. Teodoro Mendoza from Philippines. Professor, please. Sir is going to talk about fruit trees in agroecosystem, the way to address food insecurity and climate change.
Hello. Hello. I hope you're still awake and awake. Yeah. My colleagues, fellow careerists in organic agriculture, I'm happy to be here in this conference. So allow me to start right away. The previous speakers have a very nice presentation, and we were able to catch up with the time. We are 30 minutes late a while ago. Yeah, I selected this topic, the role of fruit trees in agroecosystem, the way to address food security and climate change. Dr. Kunumo has mentioned that, hey, we are behind in achieving the goals of sustainable development, and we need to increase food production to achieve food security, to arrest hunger. Well, climate change, whether you agree or disagree, is the greatest human existential threat, and at the same time, a threat to food security. We have massive flooding. Just for the last 2 months, about 5 strong typhoons passed the Philippines. But before that, we have drought. Okay, so we are experiencing this problem already. But if you are to feed the additional 1.5 billion people, or 9.7 billion by 2050, there shall be increases in greenhouse gas production, emissions, nitrogen, phosphorus pollution, biodiversity loss, so on and so forth. So that's the implication of if we want to, but you know, feeding such number of people has a consequence, especially with our current diet, where we need to produce, we are eating about 300 million tons of meat, killing 8 billion animals, producing or feeding the animals with 1.25 billion tons of grains, and devoting 70% of agricultural lands. That's about 3.5 billion hectares for pasture and feed. By 2050, if we follow that linear thought, we need to kill about 12 billion animals, 450 million tons of meat that we should be producing, and we will be feeding animals 1.875 billion grains that can feed if we eat that, the caloric equivalent, it can feed 5.5 billion people. I'm showing you these people to just stretch your imagination. Yes, so climate change will have this interacting factor. Of course, we say that there is an climate crisis now, and it is brought about by deforestation. But you see, if you analyze, deforestation is due to the human diet. It's also inducing this problem because we have to cultivate more lands, more open lands. So we have to clear up the forest in one case. But at the same time, when we do that, there is what we call biodiversity holocaust. More than 30% of our biodiversity has been already lost. And because of that, there is food insecurity. Yes, our meat-based diet is essentially propelling this agriculture, animal agriculture, deforestation, and that is precisely because of our meat-based diet. Because of this meat-centric food system, it is causing the most destructive human activity. And this animal agriculture is the one being pushed by agrochemical intensive feed grain agriculture. And you know, when we say crop agriculture, it is essentially nitrogen. 70% of all fertilizers that we are using to promote yield, to increase crop yield, is due to nitrogen. And nitrogen alone contributes 1.2 billion tons of carbon dioxide equivalent. Yes, the humanity can't fix climate change without fixing the way we feed our world. Okay? If you examine all those data, but on this right side of this, or left side, you can see the 1.5 billion cows emit more greenhouse gases than the 1.74 billion vehicles. That the world's largest dairy farm of 20 million acres, 9 million hectares, 100,000 dairy cattle, whose carbon footprint is greater than Portugal, one country alone. Okay? So we cannot solve the same problem with the same thinking as when we created them. Doing the same thing again and again and expect a different result is the height of stupidity, according to Albert Einstein. So we now have to transition from a meat-based to plant-based diet to address the twin effects of a meat-based diet on food security as well as climate crisis. Of course, way back in 2023, I have this already published paper in the International Journal of Agricultural Technology. In that year also, last year, my paper was picked up by a columnist in our newspaper, and stated that climate change is diet change. So I said diet change not only address climate crisis, but also the prognosis of food shortage. I know this is very difficult, but a careerist guy like me, a scientist like me, should stretch the imagination of people. Always we look only on the supply side. We do not look at the consumption side. Oh, that is not balanced. Okay? So when we say food security, food sufficiency, we should not only look at the production side, we should also look at the consumption side. Okay? Let's now look at our diet. Our diet is, on my diagnosis, it's a grain-centric, where 3 major annual crops, corn, wheat, and rice, supply 2/3 of our food value. The last 50 years, human diets became 37 more similar. And when we say food, they are essentially the food crops, annual crops. And we look at the way we eat, food biodiversity, which is so crucial for nutrition, health, and wellness. We have narrow food biodiversity. Okay? We have only 12 crops and 5 animal species, providing 75% of the world's energy intake. So, there is now global malnutrition, many health issues, poverty, and environmental degradation, which is a consequence of narrow food biodiversity, as explained by a UN biodiversity expert, Marietta Sakalian. Found out that the optimum food biodiversity is about 47 species, crops and animals per week. Minimum food diversity is 20 species per week. Well, I think we have a good food biodiversity in this conference. Last night alone, I counted more than food species in the dinner treat that was given to us. Fruit trees, a source of food biodiversity, they can take this role due to their perennial habits as compared with our annual crops. Why? Because fruit trees are perennials. After planting, they grow and bear fruits again and again without having to plant. So, what are the benefits? Less labor, no labor, so on and so forth. So there is this equation. Biodiversity is food security and fruit trees. It's not only eating enough calories, okay? But when we look at food security, the 3 A's, they are available, accessible, affordable, but we should also consider nutritional security. A while ago, the discussion on food safety by our friend, Dr. Tapia from Finland, they mentioned it. And we should also consider health and wellness. Food is our medicine, not medicine, our food. When talk about fruit trees, there we have abundant fruit trees, 3,000 more or less fruit trees. And we have lots here in Thailand, okay? So, addressing climate change is, as I've said a while ago, is diet change. And when we say feeding the world and reforesting, because we have many deforested areas already, okay? More than 31% of our forests, regional forest areas are now devegetated. But we should not only concentrate on planting trees. We should include fruit trees. Why? 10 years after, wood trees will be cut for lumber, charcoal, etc. Because the people need money. Okay? But fruit trees, after 10 years, they are already at the height of fruiting, and they should, yes, and they should, and they will not, cut the fruit trees. Okay? So, how to address the degraded soil? Then it's best to plant fruit trees. Okay? So, to have those nutritional and wellness benefits, so on and so forth. But on the other hand, our intake of fruit trees is very low. It's only 0.13 kilogram per day, whereas we should at least eat about 51%. So if we follow that 0.5 kilogram per day, considering the average 650 kilocalories per fruit, then that may result to 16% less or additional energy. So fruits can replenish our rice, shall make us food self-sufficient in terms of food calories in the Philippines, if we are to do that. So fruits play a key role in maintaining our healthy diet. Fruits are good for our gut microbiomes, and we now realize that the fruits will has this microbiome are influencing brain development, function, and mental health. So with that, we are lucky that we have many fruits that are good for microbiome. Fruits have also many ecological benefits, and I tried calculating the benefits. Fruit alone integrated in the agroecosystem could generate 6.21 billion tons of CO2 sequestration, about 27.6 billion tons CO2 per year, or a total of 33.81 billion tons of CO2 equivalent, comparing it with the emission last year, which is 53. I'm sorry to say, we have still increasing our CO2 emission when in fact we should be decreasing it. Okay? So at least 64% yearly decrease in carbon dioxide sequestration. Well, many farmers are poor. We can increase total farm productivity and income with fruit trees. In the Philippines, I made some comparative gross income analysis between fruit trees and rice. With fruit trees like mangoes or avocado, we can increase the income 4 to 5 times, 5 to 6 times relative to corn. So when I tried to analyze the 17 SDG goals, fruit trees can contribute 11 of the 17 social development objectives, sustainable development objectives. Fruit trees are resource efficient, they're good for land restoration. Incidentally, there is no single R&D center or institute under the SIGGER umbrella pursuing research for fruit trees in the Philippines too. We don't have 65% of R&D funds is for rice, and yet rice farmers are poor, and we import a lot of rice. Oh, there is only one country so far when I Google search. In Japan, they have this Fruit Tree and Tea Science Research Institute. Okay? So my synthesis and conclusion. Fruits addresses 2 challenges, the climate change and food sufficiency. Fruits can take a central role in food security. In addition to the many nutritional benefits, fruits can contribute 16% of food calorie intake. Carbon sequestration in fruit trees can reduce GHG emission by 64%. Fruit trees are resource efficient and provides many ecological benefits. Through food biodiversity, it can improve nutrition, health, and wellness. Many fruits are excellent feeders for gut microbes. Global R&D center or institute under SIGGER umbrella must be established for fruit trees. Fruit trees can contribute to several sustainable development goals. Thanks for listening. Have a fruitful and meaningful participation in this conference. Ted Mendoza.
Thank you, Professor. It was a great presentation. So would you like to give the certificate for your talk? Please.
Brief announcement, all our PowerPoint presentations are with the Secretariat. I think the Secretariat will be happy to email them to you. So may I request the Secretariat to please email all the PowerPoint presentations for the plenary speakers to the participants in this conference. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So you can take this.
Only me.
Thank you, Professor. Our next presenter, Professor Dr. Radhakrishnan Manikam from India, to give a talk on harnessing Actinobacteria from rare habitats for sustainable agriculture. Sir, please.
Good morning, all of you. At the outset, I thank the authorities of RBRU and ATSI for this opportunity. Indeed, it's my immense pleasure to give my presentation on Actinobacteria from rare habitats for sustainable agriculture. Actinobacteria are one among the largest bacterial phylum in the domain bacteria, which are ubiquitously distributed, which have greater ecological and industrial significance. One genus, the Streptomyces, is well explored in all aspects, including for agriculture. There are several rationale behind the actinobacterial research around the world. One is their ubiquitous distribution. They are present in even in the extreme habitats from deep sea to tall mountain. They have a greater ecological role and provide wonderful ecosystem services, including the biogeochemical cycling and plant growth promotion, biocontrol, corrosion prevention, heavy metal accumulation, etc. And they are taxonomically very diverse. At the time of discovery in 1920, only 5 genus are reported under this phylum. Now it exceeds 450, which shows the taxonomic diversity of this phylum. The another thing is the important is the biosynthetic potential. They act as a mini biological factories for the production of various metabolites, especially the secondary metabolites. In the world, 2/3 of the commercially available antibiotics are produced from this group, Actinobacteria. And the chemical diversity of Actinobacteria is also enormous. See, the actinomycetes metabolites are quite numerous when compared to the other bacteria. Even a single species of Streptomyces can produce more than 63 different chemicals when we culture under different culture conditions. The final one is their multifaceted application. They are not only useful in the medical sector for treatment as antibiotics, they have various application in industry as enzyme producer or a protein producer, and environment as for the biodegradation, and agriculture as PGP and biocontrol agent, and aquaculture, nanotechnology, etc. Yes, in India, there are a vast number of rare habitats are there, including the desert ecosystem, marine, deep sea, forest and mountain ecosystem, and also the cold climatic region in the Himalayan, Indian Himalayan region, where the actinobacterial populations are highly distributed but under-investigated. As I told earlier, the Streptomyces is well distributed in all the ecosystems and well investigated for various applications, especially antibiotics. But the rest of the 400 plus genus of Actinobacteria are called as rare Actinobacteria because they are less frequently distributed in routine habitats and less explored for various applications. When we concentrate on the rare Actinobacteria from under-investigated ecosystem, there is a great chance for various applications. We can explore that for various applications, including the agriculture. Since the year 2002, when I did my post-graduation, I started to work on Actinobacteria, first from the Himalayan mountain. Then we got the opportunity to work on various rare habitats, including marine, forest, caves, desert ecosystem, and recently the polar region like Arctic and Antarctic regions. These are the states, around 10 states we covered so far. Ecosystem investigated include Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats, estuarine, mangrove, desert, caves ecosystem, and even the mine area also we explored, and polar ecosystem. Different samples, soil is the major source for Actinobacteria so far investigated, but we collected the marine sediments, waters from the polar region, plants for endophytes, insects. Dr. Gopi is working on it specifically, insect-associated Actinobacteria and fish-associated Actinobacteria. Of course, sea ice also we collected. See the diversity of Actinobacterial colonies present in the different samples collected from various ecosystems. This itself shows the diversity among the Actinobacteria when we investigate the rare ecosystems. As part of our important activity in our center, we are maintaining the microbial culture collection, in-house collection in our laboratory for various medical and non-medical applications. So far, we have isolated around 1,100 cultures, majorly Actinobacteria, from various ecosystems and maintaining as an in-house consortia for various applications. Here I am happy to present our initiative on Actinobacterial research with special reference to the agriculture, especially for PGP and disease control in Solanaceae crops. As we know well, globally the Solanaceous crops ensure the balanced diet and nutrition for human health. In particular, the tomato, eggplant and chili pepper are the most significant Solanaceous plant grown all over the world for our daily diet. India is the second largest fruit and vegetable growing country in the world. As far as the disease or challenge is concerned, at least 10% of global food production is lost due to the plant diseases. In particular, the Ralstonia solanacearum, the second top most important bacterial wilt-causing pathogen, which affect more than 200 plant species. As far as India is concerned, in case of tomato, the yield loss is around 10% to 90%. In our state, Tamil Nadu is concerned, it's around 35 to 45%. So we take this research question or research problem to overcome or control this disease pathogen by using Actinobacteria. The whole work was done by Dr. Manigundan. Presently, he is pursuing his postdoc at Dongye University of South Korea. He is the first person did the agriculture aspect of actinobacterial research in Satyabama, especially in our center. We all know well about the challenges of chemical fertilizers, which cause the greater impact on environment and health. So there is a dire need for exploring the safe route or safe source, especially the microbial resources, which are the best alternate for the chemical fertilizers to overcome the plant diseases. We come to the topic, our topic especially Actinobacteria. We know well their metabolic potential. They have the excellent secondary metabolic potential to synthesize various bioactive metabolites. They are well explored in the medical sector for antibiotics, but less explored in case of the agriculture, for the agriculture antibiotic production. The Pseudomonas and Bacillus are well investigated, and Trichoderma are well explored for the agriculture application, but Actinobacteria are less investigated in this line. The another important properties like PGP properties are reported in Actinobacteria, like IAA production, ammonia, acetine, and citrophore production, phosphate solubilization are reported. They also secrete various extracellular enzymes which help the plants to grow, to degrade the complex material in the rhizosphere region. This is an overview of the work done. In the study, we explored the rare habitat like Nilgiris, one of the important districts in South Tamil Nadu in India. We explored Actinobacteria from this particular region for plant growth promotion and disease control in Solanaceae crops. In this study, we collected 12 soil samples from different Solanaceae crop rhizosphere in the Nilgiri region, from which we isolated 72 actinobacterial cultures. All the cultures were screened for the basic PGP properties, in which 8 isolates showed all the PGP properties, the UC1A3 to UT4A49. All the, we shortlisted these 8 cultures as a potential culture for further investigation. In antimicrobial study against the Ralstonia solanacearum by well diffusion method, around 40% of the isolates out of 72 showed a good antagonistic activity. We also tested the top 8 cultures for the biofilm inhibition, because the Ralstonia solanacearum is the potential biofilm producer. It acts as a virulent property for that particular organism to establish the disease in Solanaceae crop. So interestingly, the 8 Actinobacteria cultures investigated also showed more than, around 4 cultures showed more than 80% of biofilm inhibition in Ralstonia solanacearum in a tube method. Yes. We also tested the 8 Actinobacteria culture for seed germination by paper towel method. Almost all the cultures enhanced the seed germination with the different shoot and root length. A few cultures like UP1A1 and UC1A3 showed 100% seed germination with the greater shoot and root length. We also tested the biocontrol efficacy of this 8 cultures in a tube method against the tomato, eggplant, and chili pepper plant. See, the disease biocontrol efficacy is around almost 100% in UP1A1 and UC1A3. Okay. These are the 8 cultures. We investigated their phenotypic and molecular characteristics. Based on their phenotypic and molecular property, all the cultures were identified as Streptomyces species. Then we formulated the potential culture UP1A3 and UC1A3, UP1A1 and 1A3, using various substrate like PVP, talc powder, and CMC. In this study, the talc powder based formulation, when mixed with the farmyard manure, showed excellent plant growth promotion. As in case of we also evaluated the effect of talc based formulation for the biocontrol efficacy, in which again the UP1A1 and UC1A3 showed good biocontrol efficacy in all the 3 plants tested. Yes, we also evaluated this formulation in field condition using the tomato. See, the UC1A3 showed good biocontrol efficacy. Also, the 58% yield increase over the control. We also tested in eggplant. Again, the UC1A3 showed 87% biocontrol efficacy with 45% yield increase over the control. We also studied the PGP genes through using the RT-PCR method. The essential genes for the PGP property are upregulated. Yes, we named it as streptovate. We filed the patent also. Now we are evaluating this product for in various crops. Okay. This is up to the work done by Dr. Mani. Then, as I mentioned, as part of our research program, we are developing culture collection from various parts of our country. We also got an opportunity to participate in Arctic and Antarctic Ocean expedition. So we are developing the consortium from this region for various applications, including we would like to explore for the agriculture applications. Myself and Dr. Mani participated in 2 expeditions in the polar region. First one is the Antarctic Ocean expedition, which was held in 2020. This was organized by the Ministry of Earth Science, Government of India. Purpose is to study the Actinobacteria in the Southern Ocean region, because at the time of our application, only 3 Actinobacterial genera are reported in this particular region. There is no detailed investigation in this line, so we got a major project around 40 lakhs from the Indian government to study the Actinobacteria from the Indian sector of Southern Ocean. We participated in the 11th Indian scientific expedition to the Southern Ocean. It's 40 members we participated, in which Michael and Mani participated as a microbiologist. These are the sampling events we did. We collected the water and sediment sample and sea ice sample from the Antarctic Ocean. On board, we isolated several bacterial colonies. Most of them are pigmented in nature. We studied the metagenomic diversity because we don't know what are the Actinobacterial genus present in that region. So we are not able to isolate by providing some suitable media. So get some clue from the metagenomic approach. We did the V3, V4 region metagenomic study. The results revealed that the presence of several rare Actinobacterial genera in this region, in which around 8 different Actinobacterial genus like Brachybacterium, Microbacterium, Rhodococcus, Micrococcus, Chrysioglobus and all, we have isolated so far. There are so many new Actinobacterial genus or rare genus are present in Southern Ocean. In Jan 2025, Dr. Gopi will participate in the 12th expedition to the Southern Ocean to study the Actinobacteria further. Okay, this is the publication out of it. These are the places we crossed during our expedition. In 2023, we got the chance to participate in Arctic expedition, Arctic in the summer season. Dr. Mani participated in this expedition. The purpose is to study the rhizosphere microflora, especially bacteria in the terrestrial Arctic region at the New Alizet, the Norway. He collected so many, these are the vascular plants present in the Arctic region. He nicely collected so many samples from the rhizosphere region. See, these are the samples we collected, not only from terrestrial and also from glacier and marine sediments we collected. See, these are the bacteria we isolated. See, for example, I'm showing some colonies. The interesting observation is we got one colony, not one colony, this is the one colony we got even after 10 months of incubation at 4 degrees Celsius. So such a slow growth rate, they're having some bacterial colonies. We are expecting this may be some, at least a novel species. Further investigation is in progress. These are the cultural diversity, in which around 600 mesophilic and 500 psychrophilic cultures we have retrieved. We also studied the metagenomic approach. Here the Proteobacteria is dominant. Of course, the Actinobacteria, the orange color one is the Actinobacteria. Almost in all the samples, the Actinobacteria is present. Yes. These are the dominant Actinobacterial genus present in this sample. Interestingly, there are so many unclassified Actinobacteria was also present in the Arctic samples. See, we initiated the PGP studies on the Arctic bacteria. These are the primary results. There are several Actinobacterial bacterial culture from Arctic sample showing the plant growth promoting properties. Yes. Around 50% of the tested culture showed siderophore production as well. In the month of February 2024, I got the chance to participate in the first ever Indian Arctic winter expedition. So in this the climate is completely dark, temperature is -15. Our interest is to study the Actinobacteria during the winter season in the Arctic, how they are adapting in the particular Arctic region. Sorry. These are the places, mostly we are able to collect the snow sample followed by frozen soil. We are not able to see any plants in that particular region during the winter season. Yes, these are the places where we collected the sample. The water is completely frozen during the winter season. Around 35 samples we collected from the Arctic region, both terrestrial and marine samples. Yes. This is the results of the frozen soil sample. The dominant bacteria present are bacillus and Pseudomonas data, and of course Actinobacteria are also present. We know well Bacillus and Pseudomonas are the bacteria widely used in agriculture application. Here these two phylum are dominantly present. Phylum are dominantly present. We can explore these organisms for agriculture applications. These are the various Actinobacteria present in the frozen soil sample of Arctic region. Yes. Of course, we are also working on the glacier region of Indian Himalayan region and jointly with the Graphicera University located in Dehradun. Here also the observation is interesting. Actinobacteria is dominant in both the samples we have collected. See, these are the different rare actinobacterial genus present in the Indian Himalayan region. All these cryosphere, we call it as the cryosphere microbial resources will be used for agriculture applications. This is the take-home message. Actinobacteria still remain to explore from various ecosystems. Especially the rare habitats are the gold mine for novel Actinobacteria, and which produce, which are the promising source for the bioprospecting application, including for sustainable agriculture. Of course, the collaborative multidimensional research on Actinobacteria is the need of the hour. With this, I conclude my presentation. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. It was a nice presentation and it is highly informative. So on behalf of the organizing committee, we would like to give the certificate of appreciation. Thank you, sir. So, final presentation by Professor Dr. Zainal Mukhtar from Indonesia. Sir, please, Professor is going to talk about enhancing soil quality through long-term organic farming practice in tropical island of Bangalore, Indonesia.
Thank you very much. Very good morning, afternoon. First, I would like to thank the committee, especially Prof. Kachim Saitong. Today, I would like to present entitled Enhancing Soil Quality Through Long-Term Organic Farming Practices in Tropical Highland of Bengkulu, Indonesia. Okay, this is the outline. As we all know that the conventional farming system is we want to gain the maximum agricultural production by using synthetic fertilizer and pesticide for the production of crop, and also limited input of organic fertilizer. This is the consumption of fertilizer, synthetic fertilizer in the world. To China in the first one, and then Indonesia is the fifth one for the consumption of fertilizer, synthetic fertilizer. And the consumption in Indonesia, we can see here that the blue one is the urea, increasing from year to year from 2017 to 2021, and also the other kind of synthetic fertilizer. This is the pesticide synthetic pesticide consumption in the world. Brazil ranked 1 in the world, and then Indonesia the 3rd rank in the world for consumption of synthetic pesticide. And the impact of the synthetic fertilizer, first is if excess or uncontrolled use of the synthetic fertilizer will degrade the soil property, mainly the increasing of the acidity and also lower the water holding capacity. And also will adverse the population of microorganism in the soil. And also it can contaminate the water resources. This is the effect of nitrogen synthetic fertilizer on the soil acidity. As you can see in the left one, that the soil pH decreases from time to time. And the second one, the table in the right one is the increase of the aluminum saturation in soil when using the ammonium sulfate or urea. This graph shows the long-term change of the soil organic carbon. As you can see here, that the soil organic carbon decrease when we use the nitrogen fertilizer, nitrogen phosphor fertilizer, or combination of the three, nitrogen, phosphor, and potassium fertilizer. This is the effect of the fertilization on microbial diversity. This is the Shannon index. Shannon index is the index for microbial diversity. As you can see that Shannon index also decreased due to the nitrogen fertilizer, nitrogen phosphor fertilizer or NPK fertilizer, but not in manure. This is, the left one is for bacteria and the second one is for fungi. This is the microbial community, also the same trend that the using of pesticide will decrease the number of bacteria and fungi. And all of those will degrade the soil quality. And the driver is some, but mostly related to agricultural production. The driver can be land use change, poor farming practice, misusing fertilizer and pesticide, and others. But the most is from our production of crop. And then we try to find out why the impact, or we can minimize the impact. In 2009, we are trying to establish the model. We call it circular agricultural production system or closed agricultural production system. This is the circular agriculture system according to Hanafi and Ghazajani in 2018. We developed this model in 2009. We tried to use cattle. And then we also use the waste of the cattle for organic fertilizer. We mainly use the waste of cattle and also the residue of the plant to be using for organic fertilizer. And then the fertilizer we use for the production of plant. And then the residue is to be used for cattle and for compost. This is the location of our model in Bengkulu, located in highland of Bengkulu, about 1,054 meters above sea level. This is the cropping management for 9 years, starting in 2013 to 2021. In 2013, sweet corn, 2016, for example, sweet corn again, 2017, potato, and so on. This is the initial selected soil properties before we try to develop the system. For example, here we have the pH is 4.87, and then soil organic carbon 20.1 gram per kilogram, CEC of 31.76. This is the trend of the soil pH. As you can see here that the data we use only for 15 ton vermicompost per hectare. Actually, we use 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. But this data only for 15 ton vermicompost per hectare. As you can see here, the pH is actually relatively increased from time to time, but in 2016, little bit decrease and then increase again. This is the data for soil organic carbon. As you can see, there is a trend increase from time to time, from 2015 mostly to 2021. This is the indicator of carbon sequestration, carbon sequestration. The same trend for soil nitrogen, also increased from time to time, from 2015 mainly to 2021. The same trend with the soil organic carbon. This is the CN ratio, about little bit decrease from time to time, except from 2013 to 2015, there is a little bit significantly decrease, but after that, about the same from 2016 to 2021. This is phosphor, increased steadily from 2013 to 2016, but after that is about the same from 2016 to 2021. Thank you. This is exchangeable potassium. The same trend, there is an increase from time to time, mainly from 2015 to 2021. However, on the other hand, the exchangeable aluminum decreased significantly from 2014 to 2015 and then undetected after 2018 until 2021 actually. This is block density. The trend also decreased like exchangeable aluminum. The same trend with the soil porosity. When we compare the soil organic carbon between synthetic fertilizer and vermicompost, you can see here that the total organic carbon in soil increased steadily in 1929 2019 to 2021. But when you use the synthetic fertilizer, there is no significant increase. When we see the carbon stock, as you can see in the right table, that 15 ton vermicompost will have the carbon stock in 1921, 79 about, but when we use synthetic fertilizer, only for 43. The same trend in soil pH, that there is a difference between soil pH when we use the vermicompost and when we use the synthetic fertilizer. And then we try to determine the soil quality index. We use the index developed by Rahman in 2020. As you can see here, that there is the significant increase in soil quality index. As, for example, in 2013, the soil quality index is low. That means the quality of the soil is low, but slightly increased in 2014 to 2015, and then moderate in 2016 to 2017, and then again very good or good, slightly good soil quality in 2018 to 2020. And then the last one in 2021, the soil quality is good. Finally, the summary, the continuous application of vermicompost at the rate of 15 ton per hectare in the long-term organic farming significantly improve soil fertility, soil quality, therefore also land productivity. And the secondly, CAP has capacity to maintain and improve soil chemical and physical properties. I think that's all. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Thank you, Professor. It was a nice presentation. So we would like to give the certificate for appreciation. Thank you all. So now we complete our Friday sessions. So we can go to. Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity, organizers.
Thank you, Dr. Gopi Krishnan, for expertly guiding us through this engaging keynote section. We hope everyone found these sessions insightful and inspiring as we work toward advancing innovation and sustainability in agriculture. Please give us your valuable feedback through QR code in your conference bag. Ladies and gentlemen, as we continue with today's exciting session, we would like to inform you that buffet lunch will be served in the designated area on the first floor downstairs. Please feel free to enjoy the delicious meal and take this opportunity to network with fellow participants.
Following lunch, we will resume to the conference with our invited speakers and oral presentations, which will continue in parallel sections. And the venue for each section will begin at 1:30 p.m. and the venue is as follows. Section 1, the room 36301. For section 2, room 36302. Section 3, 36303. Section 4, 36304. Section 5, 36305. Section 6, 36202. Section 7, 36209. Section 8, on the 8th floor, it will be a conference room named Sam Son. Section 9, it will be a conference room named Lan Son on the 7th floor. And the last one is 36203. Thank you very much. And thank you very much for your attention, and we hope you enjoy your break before the next exciting session. Thank you so much.
Thank you.